I am obsessed with e-files. What's up, nail crew? It's Nicole, your fellow nail obsessed DIYer, and today I am continuing my obsession with e-files. If you're anybody who's been here for a while, you know I use my e-file all the time. So when Susie reached out to me to try a new e-file, their Athena, their cordless e-file, I was so excited to try it. It's been a really long time since I've used a new drill. I got an e-file off Amazon back in June of 2021, and I have been using it since then, and I've liked it, so I really had no reason to change. So when Susie reached out to me and asked me to try a new one, I was so excited because it's been well over a year and a half, almost 2 years since I have tried a new drill. And this one is a wireless one. So I was really excited to try that, but spoiler alert, when I went to film this video, I realized I forgot to charge it. So I had to leave it plugged in for when I did the filming, but I've used it a bunch of times since then. And it's worked. I haven't needed to recharge it at all since I first charged it. I decided to do a fill in my builder gel using the new drill to see how it would do, because that is what I mainly use my e-file for. That's what my e-file gets the most use out of. When I'm doing fills in my builder gel, removing dip powder, removing builder gel, I am a ride or die with my e-file. So I want to see how this would hold up. And using one of their bits that comes with the drill as well. It's a ceramic bit, which I have not used a ceramic bit in probably a couple years at this point. I've been using carbide bits, so I was a little bit nervous to use this bit. Also, this drill comes with 3 speeds. It's 15,000, 25,000, and 28,000. So if you're somebody who's just starting out using an e-file, this drill might be a little bit scary for you. I would totally get that because you're not used to using the drill and you're not used to using it at higher speeds. Since I've been using an e-file, I want to say at this point, I've been using an e-file for around 3 years now, so I feel comfortable using it at high speeds. So it was an easy transition for me to use this one that only comes with the higher speeds. Now 15,000 RPMs, that's more like medium speed. I consider higher to be above 20, medium to be like 8 to 15. I don't know if that's anything official. That's just how I feel after doing my nails with an e-file for the past few years. The ceramic bit worked really well for taking off the builder gel. I was super impressed with it. I normally only use a safety bit, but it didn't cut up my cuticles at all. I made sure to be extra careful. Sometimes I get a little wild with the e-file and tend to like fling it around or hit my skin. I just made sure I was more aware of where I was putting it to ensure that I didn't hit my cuticles, since it's not a safety bit. Ceramic ones definitely don't seem as sharp on the edges as the carbide ones do. I will say that, which was really nice. I liked that. And this was the first time I was going to be touching my middle finger on my right hand. I hadn't messed with it in a couple weeks when I was filming this because I had snapped my nail off and I had to rebuild it. So I was really nervous, especially using a new drill, but it ended up working so well. The builder gel just flew off. I was using it at the second button, so that would be 25,000 RPM, and it felt very under control with this speed, with this button. It wasn't like there was no vibrating with it. Something that I really liked with using a smaller drill was I didn't have the huge bulk of my normal size drill. Normally when I have my big drill out, I keep it like in this e-file container where I have all of my nail drill bits too, so it takes up a lot of space, and I ended up like, I usually like hit myself with the cords and stuff. I've really been enjoying for the past few weeks using this one during my manis, that I don't have to get out every single like big piece of my e-file and have it there. I just have like this little tiny one here. I wanted to try using the cuticle bits for cuticle cleanup too. I figured I would prep my nails with it since I was going to be extending my nails with the builder gel. The little diamond bit, I absolutely love these. They get the cuticle off so nicely. You want to make sure that you push your cuticles back before you go and use any bits around them. I did not used to do that, and I feel like I was taking off way too much of my cuticles, which you definitely don't want to do. You only want to take off the excess, like invisible cuticle. You don't want to take your e-file so far back that you're cutting into your main cuticle. I forget what the official name is called, and you're cutting off too much of it because your cuticles act as a barrier to keep out any infections and any like junk out of getting into your skin and getting your fingers infected. So something else that you want to do when you have a new cuticle bit, a new sanding bit, is you want to season the edges of a sanding bit. You take an old nail file and the sanding bit, and just for a couple seconds, you run the sanding bit right along a nail file. This will help that the sanding bit edges aren't super rough and it doesn't cut your skin up. When I first tried the sanding bit with this, I tried it on the 25,000 RPMs and it felt really fast. So I moved it down to 15 and it didn't feel quite fast enough, which seemed odd because normally I only use it at like 10,000 RPMs, but this is a new drill. I was getting used to it, used to how it feels. And I haven't used these sanding bits in a while. I've been using the smoother sanding bits. This is definitely a coarser sanding bit. So I bumped it back down to the 15,000 just to make sure I wasn't gonna overfile my natural nails. Even though the sanding bits are the only ones I use on my natural nails, I still wanna be super careful. I don't wanna accidentally sand too much out of my nails. That'd be really bad. I did that back in the fall when I was going a little crazy trying to do the Gel X full cover tips. So I do not want to do that again. I've been really careful because I'm growing my natural nails back out again. Something that you always want to do when you're using an e-file is you want to make sure you're using it in the right direction. When you're holding it with your left hand, make sure that you have it in reverse. And when you're holding the e-file in your right hand, make sure you have it in forwards. Someone just asked me about that recently, and it's super important to use it in the right direction, or else you could accidentally get it flinging around your nail or flinging around your finger and cut up your skin, which we definitely don't want. You want to make sure that you are always using it going the right direction. And something else that'll really help you when you're using an e-file, no matter what one it is you want to make sure that you're not pressing really hard down into your nail. That will give you heat spikes. Anytime you feel heat spikes, you know you are pressing too hard or staying in the same position for too long, and immediately move the drill off your nails. This way you don't damage your natural nails. Now my nails are all done and ready for my extensions. I'm going to clean them off and get them all prepped. If you're still struggling with builder gel and you want to learn some more, check out this next video I have where I can teach you all about how to do a builder gel overlay. Thanks so much for joining me today, nail crew.